Today we're joined by Drew Burnham, a Canadian landscape painter who's been exhibiting with Bau-Xi Gallery for over 30 years now. He's with us in Toronto, where we're going to be talking a bit about his practice, his process, and a little bit about the exhibition currently on display, Alive and Talking, which will be at our 1384 Dufferin St Gallery from July 9th until August 3rd. So with that said, thank you for joining us here in Toronto.
Well, thank you for hanging these things and letting me show them. It's been wonderful years, along the way.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's we're all really excited to have them up in the space, and talking to you about the show over the past couple of years, and sort of going through the iterations of how the work has come together. It's really satisfying to see it and meet you in person finally.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe you could start us off at the beginning.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about your, how you became an artist, and a bit of that sort of background information.
Well, I started on schoolroom walls, actually. Schoolhouse walls in grade 4. Yeah. I was doing 4 and 5, I think. It's probably the grades, and I was painting horse things on the walls of the halls.
Oh.
It's really weird. I don't know why they let me do it. So, but I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop from there. It started earlier than that too. I mean, I used to. I thought I was just a kid, and that you just sort of do what kids do, which is a lot of drawing and coloring and whatnot, so forth. But mine kind of kept on getting beyond me, or beyond something. And so, and then it dawned on me, well, maybe painting's a good idea. And so I just kept on going. It just got. It was kind of, I got sent to a nice summer camp, for a week or two.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Oh.
It was like a trap. So I complained. I did complain, but and I think I lasted that thing out. But I certainly didn't want to go back to another one like it, because it was just all the regular things which are nice things to do. But
yeah.
From my perspective, I would have preferred just to be painting. So Dad was kind enough to find me art classes instead.
Oh.
It was great. And it was really cool, and I really loved it. And that really was the rolling part, because then I knew, okay, there's where I'm going.
Where did that take you?
Well, it took me to an event in about, very early 70s, 71, maybe 70, 1970. I would go to arts. I was at UVic. This was in the early 70s. I would go to a painting class and do nothing. There's some kind of a still life out in the middle, and there's people all around, and they're all working on these still lifes. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do a still life.
No.
But I didn't know what I did want to do.
Right.
And this one went on to 3/4 of the way through the year.
Oh.
And I did some drawings and things, but a lot of my time in this particular class, I had been sitting there for at least 3/4 of it, not doing a thing, just letting my head run. And I was thinking, there's something behind the painting. There's something behind painting, and it sprang up. I was just sitting there peacefully, paper, nothing there, sitting there.
Yeah.
And then this thing came in from the side.
Oh.
Just a picture, clear as a whistle, completely rectangular. And it was a painting of 4 kids running across a field.
Oh.
And I thought, I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Nothing like that has ever occurred. And it was, so and then it came out. It was there for maybe 2 seconds, and then it got taken back, just like that. It was just like an envelope in front, and the envelope's not there.
Yeah.
And so after I was sort of, whoa,
Yeah.
I thought, well, I guess maybe I better draw that thing, because it was a really nifty looking image, which I did. So I sat there and I did it with watercolor, and it was really, really cool, and it worked out just beautifully, just like the image that came.
Yeah, you'd see in your mind's eye.
Yeah, and at least I guess it's in my mind's eye, or it's whatever else.
Yeah.
My feeling is that there's almost a reach from previous painters, and they actually kind of watch over.
Huh.
It was really a kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And from that time on, I was able to know what to paint. Almost, it's like a
guiding force.
Yeah. That's and also I ran into how it came to me, for at least the way I just got the idea that there was a gate on an area where people from past centuries and so on, were their spirits were living in this big field when it was fenced, sort of a fenced field.
Okay.
And when I needed to know something, one of them might reach out and say, "Well, if you did this, or if you, they would verify what I was planning to do."
Interesting.
It was really kind of peculiar.
Yeah.
And but I said I was okay, and I just went. And also the things switched where I would have this instruction kind of a thing. It's almost like they handed it out through the gate.
Yeah.
And what to do with the painting. It was really kind of it just worked like a charm.
Yeah.
Because they always ended up being kind of right.
Yeah.
And so I just carried on with that. But you have to be very, very honest about it. You can't just sort of do some scrubbly thing. You have to see it out.
See it out.
Yeah.
And how old were you when this sort of dawned on you? This kind of epiphany.
Well, that was it. That was at that point in school where that little image came.
Yeah.
When I did the painting.
Yeah.
And this was at UVic, and the
instructor.
The instructor picked that painting to send to the Vancouver Island art show. My painting was second.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was an abstract ahead of me. That was the number one painting, and I thought, oh, and anyway, that one got sold. The mayor's wife bought it actually.
Oh.
So yeah, she bought actually several after that too. So.
That was a good message that you got from the beyond, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I've allowed that to come in ever since.
Yeah.
And
so how long were you at UVic for?
I did 3 years, I believe.
Okay.
And then I thought, maybe I'll head over to Vancouver, go to Vancouver school.
Yeah.
And so I came across here and carried on over to Vancouver, that is. And it just went on from there. And but I always wait to be told what to do.
Yeah. And when you got over to Vancouver, what were the next steps for you?
Well, I had to find a house.
Well, for your artistic career, so to speak.
So I actually was riding a motorcycle at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember the name. It's got two names. It was a British bike. Anyway, and I would ride it from I lived out in the outskirts of Vancouver, so I'd ride in and go to school on that bike, and
And where were you going to school in Vancouver?
It was the Vancouver School of Art.
Okay.
It was in town at the first year, I think, that I went there. But then they moved out to the PNE, moved the painting place out to the PNE, one of the PNE buildings in the basement down there.
Okay.
And so for a couple of years, worked out down there.
And
then
how did that sort of help your ambitions along?
Well, I didn't follow the rules, but I didn't really cross them either. But I would sit and do the very thing I had doing that from the start of the 70s.
Yeah.
I wait for a message.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there for hours if I have to. It was really important that message showed because all the way through a painting, you get told what to do. It's not like you're not actually doing the painting, I don't think, or at least you're the carrier of the paint and all that kind of stuff. But the image that comes out tells you what to do. It has its own design in life and stuff. And I don't know why or anything. I don't even look into that. I don't care. Then it's just a necessity to listen.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part of the painting because that's where you get that's where you get what to do. It's really kind of, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I guess that's probably a good segue into, talking about your process itself, because looking at the painting, it's a landscape, and you could just sort of take it at face value. But the story that you're telling us is that you're listening to the painting. You're sort of communing with it. You're sort of exchanging, I guess, maybe energy or ideas or whatever it is. And I guess firstly is, you touched on, a painting. You got this message that came in front of you about this group of 4 children, and you did this watercolor. What took you to the landscape, I guess is what I have to say.
Time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I did paintings with people in it for through the 70s and into the 80s, I think. And I don't remember exactly when I started to switch through. I just got, I don't know what it was, and I don't recall the transition.
But the figures kind of receded, and then it just became more about the natural world.
Yeah. Now it's much more sophisticated in terms of its content and
it's far more detailed.
Yeah, and method to the way it is. Because these things, these things in the sky, that don't actually show up in
the natural world.
In the natural world.
Yeah.
But there's the thing is that we've got these things. We got grass, and we've got fish canneries, we've got water, and we've got these things, and they're all made up from stuff.
Yeah.
That's hanging around Earth.
Yeah.
And they're all part of the structure. So it takes you from your awareness of what you live in through to stuff that starts, those things, particles are kind of, you don't know what they are because we don't know what they are. And they're smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and down to the smallest little fission thing, tiniest little thing.
Tadpole minnow, like even smaller than that.
Yeah, I don't know how small it goes, the particles that get used, but that's because we just don't know how that all works. You got the forest and the trees, and then that's where most people stop. You don't go past it.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way or anything, because I do too. I almost stopped there, but I just found, and plus I found the rhythms and stuff can be very, very valuable to maybe it courses with the rhythms of our lives or our feelings, maybe, or thoughts, or that kind of stuff, you know. And so and all those wiggles have to be wiggling with the other ones.
There's a harmony.
In a harmony, yeah.
Yeah.
So it so I don't know. Then you stop and wait for the next
to come along.
How for it? Yes, to which way it has to go.
Yeah, like these messages that you're saying.
Yes,
you're sort of
exactly.
waiting for it to inform.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yes.
when we're talking about the work, over the past couple of years while you've been working on it, you would say that on more than one occasion. You're waiting for it to inform you and kind of do this delicate dance between what you are sort of, the message that you're sort of receiving, and then how it sort of informs what you're going to do next, and then thinking about how does that all connect?
Yeah.
And sort of trying to make sure that you're piecing it together in a way that feels natural, but then also feels like it's, I guess, like you said earlier, it's very authentic. You have to be very authentic about the approach that you take to it.
Yeah.
And making sure that you're affording yourself the time to do right by the painting, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you can go in the morning and I always take a cup of coffee and it's that peanut butter bread.
Yeah.
and munch that up and look and wait.
Yeah.
And then you find myself putting down my bread and picking up the brush because the coffee gets cold.
Yeah.
And forgotten. And away we go.
Yeah.
For the day. So it's real cool. It's a real treat. And then you're just mixed up in all the colors and in the shapes and the rhythms and whatnot. And
I guess
from there.
Taking a step back from the finished piece we're looking at, how does it start?
It starts with a canvas that's primed, and then I do an acrylic painting underneath it. It's a full-on acrylic, just random
Underpainting. An underpainting.
An underpainting, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's abstract entirely.
Oh.
And no figures or no trees, no any of that kind of stuff. It's strictly color relationships and inter paths of color. To that I don't know where they come from. They just whatever. You get your one part done, and then think, oh, if I do this, that kind of thing.
Kind of leads into
And then once it's all colored up and with large and smaller parts too, so that these little openings, which I leave often enough, or these ones are less dominant because I put a transparent layers of paint on there to calm them down. But then all that stuff, the color in the logs and so on, is coming from the underlay of acrylic.
Yeah.
And with that's oil on top and many layers, and you just kind of
go from there.
Once the underlay is there, then I do a drawing on there because I've already got a drawing done for that image, and then I go into the actual draw it with charcoal, and start somewhere where the brush seems to want to go. So
yeah, and for your drawings, you said you already have a drawing that's done. Is it a smaller drawing? Is it a larger drawing? Does it sort of vary based upon the specific piece? Do you have a series of drawings that you kind of, because the number of works that we have, it's very limited. So we have 4 paintings in this show.
Yeah.
And the last show was 4 as well. Do you have a larger number of drawings that you kind of select in terms of what you're thinking about the body of work, or do you have a very specific sort of idea of what you want to do from the get-go with those drawings?
Yeah, what happens is I take a lot of photographs I don't know if I mentioned that, but I've got boxes of photographs. It drives Deb nuts. It makes me nuts too, because but they're all over the place. But you want a photo's a photo, but some photos are better than others.
Yes, this is true.
And so generally, a few photos actually show up as, oh my gosh, this is really something.
Yeah.
And then I start to mess with it and see if I can make a painting out of it, in terms of just by looking at the photos, you just tape them together, and I do that. I think, okay, I don't like the trees in this one, so I'm going to replace them with trees from this photo.
Oh, interesting.
And
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, and so then then once I've got, you can tell right away when you've got the right stuff.
Yeah.
In that photos, and as I got 3 or 4 photos taped together, and in the places that they're kind of going to be, and then I tape that onto the one side of I got these drawing books, and put that on the one side, and then I draw the image, transpose it in the way I want it to be.
Yeah.
And then I work the canvas from that. So I have it beside me, taped up on my little stand.
Right.
And have those photos on the stand as well.
Yeah.
So that I can relate to those. But and that's where then I just go.
You go from there.
Yeah.
And are you working sort of with all the paintings out at the same time, kind of doing this delicate dance between them?
No,
or how do you?
It's one.
It's one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time.
These things, the months they took, they were just the one painting being done. What happens though, of course, you set it to the side. When it's finished, you put it on. I've got I think 14 or 15 foot easel wide.
On the wall, you were saying.
Along the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I put them up there, and I don't tuck them away, because they're not finished, it turns out. So I have that business, which I don't. The painting I'm working on stops working, or talking to me even. So then now I know I have to look at the side and see which. If it's one painting there, then I know that's the kicker, or else but in any case, it'll show me which one to go to and what to do.
Right.
It's really weird, and it's all these little fixes. That'll be a part of this thing. Just if you took it to here, that would have a much more correct looking pattern, and so on. It's all, anything could happen, but it's different every time. And until I do it, I cannot do the painting I'm actually doing.
Right.
It's really, really bizarre.
So there's something kind of like pulling you. Yeah. It's like, oh no, you've got to look at this.
Yeah.
Oh no, you got to look at that. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, and you have to listen. Like you're saying, you have to listen to it, because if you were to try to sit with the one at hand, it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fenced in area where pre-me painters, ghosts live.
Yes.
It's like there's the one ghost that's actually coming out the gate.
Right.
And telling me what. It's not telling me what to do. It's telling the painting to tell me what to do.
Right.
But these ones, they're further back in the corral.
Yeah.
And then they're popping up and they're saying, "Hey, you got to go back." To a finished painting.
Yeah.
And do a repair. It's just as peculiar as, I don't know what it is, madness or anything or not, but it's.
I don't know.
And so once I do it, I'm all over it, and I'm all clean again, and then I can go back and then that takes me back right into it, the one I'm actually doing, and carrying on. So
yeah, it's when you hear, I think that's one of the reasons why I love doing these types of conversations, is because you wouldn't know unless you asked, And by looking at the work, again, face value, it's a beautiful painting of a beautiful landscape, and obviously there's a very specific visual language that you've developed over the years. But then you kind of have this, you sort of remove the top layer, and then underneath it, there's so much more to it in terms of how you get there. And I think for me, that's the most fascinating thing, is how you get there. It's not, getting there. I mean, getting there is great. It's kind of the pinnacle of whatever you're doing. But underneath the pinnacle, there's everything else that builds up to that point. And that in itself, I think, is even more fascinating, because it just adds that much more value. And I don't and notional value. It's the value that provides warmth and feeling.
Yeah. As long if it's done to the max, and you take the patience to do that.
Yeah.
It seems to. Is it this is what you get out of it. This is what I end up with. So in those things, and then I start over again on another one. So
yeah. And alive and talking. I don't want it to get away from us, but where did the title sort of come to you?
The painting should be alive and talking to the people that are looking at them.
Yeah.
And if it's not, it's a failure, and it's not worth anything, from my perspective. So I think I either mistakenly believe or whatnot that the rhythm and the life of the painting should be absolutely clear to the viewer, so that it actually does, in fact, transpose its life into the viewer. And that's really a big deal for me for that. When something's nice, it's nice. And if you get these photos that I put together, and I can tell it's gonna, if I do a proper job, it'll turn out quite nifty. And then somebody can see it and feel like, hey, that's really nifty, or really, like that, and makes it worthwhile. In terms of the effort that you put in.
Well, I mean, I think so, because your work is very sought after, and I think the people who continue to look to collect your work and continue to wait to collect your work do it for a reason. There is a reason why they do, and it's something for them. I think that's the most powerful thing about art, is how people connect with it. Not merely from face value, but they sort of see beyond that, and they can see something within it that just really resonates with them. And I say resonate because it's kind of, there is an energy, and even looking at it, through a screen at what you've made, you can tell, and I think that's why people, strive to have your work in their collection. And you are doing something right, clearly, because that if it was not, then it would not be the case. Yes,
that's sort of a little Yahoo mark at the end of things.
But I thank you for taking the time to sit with me and chat with us. And
you're utterly welcome. You guys too.
And again, that was Drew Burnham in town for his exhibition Alive and Talking, which will be on display at our 1384 Dufferin Street location from July 9th to August 3rd. And we invite you to view the collection online on our website, Bau-Xi.com. Thank you very much.